going? It's your friendly neighborhood Judge T.O. Community personnel? I don't know. I'm back again with another video. Just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update and some feedback on some things that have happened recently. So, as is known around the community right now, Corona Frog Takedown has been banned, Stronger in Darkness has been banned, and Kirishima has been errated again. So starting with Kirishima, because we all knew this was kind of coming, we all kind of felt it. His twice per turn was changed to a once per turn. That's perfectly fine. Kirishima is just a really good defensive staple kind of character where you don't really have to put too much into him to get him to work. And he's just a safe bet. You know, we've seen this in other card games where you have that kind of safe deck. It's like kind of a rogue deck, but kind of like, you know, just under par. You know, it does good enough to get you to round 2, but after that, it's kind of a toss-up. So, you know, Kirishima is kind of one of those characters. I think every version of him is probably going to get hit at some point in time. He's just really solid. He's really good. Not saying that he's, you know, over the top great or, you know, he's ban worthy. It's just he's solid at fundamentals, and that's what he does best. You know, his quirk kind of reflects him as a character. You know, where Tetsu and him have a really strong defense by changing their bodies into a very hard, dense material or style, let's say. I don't know, I lost words, but you know, where they're just like, their defense is their offense. They can take a hit, they can give a hit, you know. So they're kind of like those offensive tanks in MMORPGs where it's like they got a large health pool, they can take some damage, they got a lot of defense, but man, when they hit you, they're gonna hit you hard, right? So for Kirishima, you know, it sucks that he got errated again, but with so many people playing him, you know, I guess it was kind of a community thing. Like, a lot of people were calling out for it. I would love to get the design committee's input on these changes, you know, and see like what was the driving force, like what ultimately led to these decisions. Talk about the other elephant in the room, Stronger in Darkness. That one's kind of a surprise, to be honest. That one's a real big surprise. I mean, it is free damage, every enhance, you know, like it makes sense. They want to go to a more once per turn, like Surviving the Finals or Manly Friendship, where you're getting this +1 damage once per turn. You have to think about really when you really want to use it, and I can understand that. This is just a free, you know, your character's committed with Midnight, with Tokuyami, with Shoji 1. I can think about on Chaos, you know, your character's committed, +1 damage. Shoto 1, I believe he had an ability where he could commit himself, so even there, +1 damage. Which is it's just a surprise. It sucks to lose a 0 diff, but I think Chaos has enough now to where it's okay. You know, it's not like the end of the world type of thing. For Evil, they have so many 0 diffs, it's not even funny. For Fire, it does kind of hurt though. Fire doesn't have a lot of good 0 diffs at all. They don't have a lot of good anything too much anymore. It's kind of surprising. I mean, not saying that Fire is bad, because Fire is not bad. Just like, they really need something. Fire needs, as an element, it needs something. You know, it needs something to kind of pick up the pace, and Fire's kind of spread out. It's like with Endeavor 2, there's this whole life gain, life loss aspect to it now with evil Fire. But then with Fire, there's like this whole discard draw mechanic, and then, you know, there's a lot of things going on. Fire covers a lot of different emotions and a lot of different play styles, so we'll see. We'll see where it goes in the future with set 4. But the card Crow and Frog Takedown, man, that one hurts. That one hurts me personally. As a card that I got in my very first Plus Ultra pack, and was the card that I got when I first won my first LGS, because it was a victory card. That really hurts. That just really hurts on a personal level. I can understand Crow and Frog Takedown. It's just, you know, in any other deck, it's just, hey, it's a free 5 diff that doesn't count towards progressive difficulty. That makes sense. I can agree with that. You know, it's a high, so it goes into a lot of other decks that want high attacks or range attacks. You know, it goes in with the Ochakos that want all high attacks. It goes in with the Todorokis that want range attacks. You know, it makes sense. You know, it's a 4 high for 5. It's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. The Asui Tokoyami enhanced, that's where it hurts. It hurts me personally because there's no other card that does that. You know, there's no other card that does that. So for me, being a Tokoyami player, this puts me at a very interesting impasse. You know, I don't want to get into it too much about me and my personal feelings about this because I could rant all day. You know, even about like possibly stop playing the game, to be honest. Not just because I don't want to get into it too much, but it covers a little bit of my backstory with covering this game. With Chrono Frog Takedown, I now have to take out 4 of those. I have to take out 4 Stronger in Darkness, that's 8 cards. Then I also have to take out Petty Squabble, which makes it 12 cards. So I'm taking 12 cards out of a 50 card deck with no way to replace those cards, with nothing to replace those cards. After months and months of working on a deck to make it the way I want it, bam, 12 cards exited. So with no way back. That hurts. But getting into the other ways of talking about this, Chrono Frog Takedown is a plus ultra pack card. This does hurt. This hurts me for new players. As a TO and as a judge, you know, I try to grow my community as much as possible here in Los Angeles. And I don't know how it is on the East Coast or in the Midwest or in other places, but we still have a lot of Season 1 Plus Ultra Packs. I'm doing a demo next week for 6 new players at a store who want to get into this game, and that store only has Set 1 OP kits. So, you know, like for me, my question then becomes to Jasco Games, which I know they're going to see this, they're not going to respond to it, but you know, what do I do in that instance? Do I give them another plus ultra pack if they crack open a Chrono Frog Takedown? Because they'll open it and they're gonna read it, they're gonna see it, and they're gonna be like, oh man, this card is awesome. Okay, what does that mean? Doesn't count towards progressive difficulty. You know, they're gonna ask questions. And then at the end of them learning it, they're gonna be like, oh man, I want to build a deck around this. This is awesome. I have to tell them, well, you can't, it's banned. You know, if that person never comes back, I can't blame them. There's nothing I can do about that. It's just like with the other bands. You know, it's like I had a person who loved Kirishima 1. They pulled a playset of Coordinated Efforts in their first box. It was a crazy box. And that person has never came back to the store. Why? Because Coordinated Effort was banned. They fell in love with Kirishima and Coordinated Effort, and they saw this pattern and they were like, yo, this is awesome. I just pulled 4 of this awesome card and I can build this deck. And I'm like, well, you can't play it, it's banned. And Kirishima got her out of it. That person has never came back. Never came back. I have tried to build this person decks personally, and they're just like, no, I'm not going to put money into a game where I finally get interested in it and the card that I wanted to play, I can't play. It's like, I understand. I do. I understand. I can't change their mind. I can't do anything for them. It's their decision, but that just hurts. And for new players, it's like, what do I do? Like for me personally, the victory version of Chrono Frog Takedown was the very first card I pulled when I won a LGS. That was my first victory card, and it's still in my deck. So, you know, with this new group, let's say that I'm doing a demo with, when they decide to do their first tournament and all that store has is the first OP kit, you know, if they pull a victory and it's a victory Chrono Frog Takedown, do I give them another victory pack and be like, sorry about that, here's another one? You know, like, what do I do? What do I do for that? Like, as a TO, you know, the stores aren't happy about that. The majority of stores that I work with, they're not happy about giving out free plus ultra packs. from set 1 and set 2 because they had to pay for those. That was $30 for each of those OP kits. So for them, they're not very excited about giving those packs out for free. They want to make enough money to, you know, get that money back per se in their head, to justify those $30 for those OP kits. Now that Jazzco Games gives them out for free, it's awesome, but at the same time, in a store owner's mind, it's still, I paid $30 for that kit. I better see some type of return on those cards, and I'm not just going to give them out for free. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know how to address this to those stores, especially because it's on the poster. It's on the poster for the set 1 tournaments, you know, where it has Crow and Frog Takedown as a card that you can get. So that one kind of puts me in a bind personally as a community person and a TO. That one puts me in a really hard bind for new players. So yeah, I don't know what to really do about that, but it sucks that it got hit. And for those who have been fans of Tokoyami and playing these cards, even playing these cards in other decks, I'm curious to see how they feel about it. No one's really spoken too much about it. Who's affected by these bans? The only people who have really been speaking out in the community are the people who are excited for these bans, because no one wants to die turn 2, and I understand that. Tokoyami was a very powerful deck, and I have to say was, because it's the truth. Tokoyami was a very powerful deck that could kill you on its first attack turn. And, you know, like mine was consistent enough to do 53 damage turn 2. I made it really consistent. I worked hard at it. It took me the whole year to get it to where I wanted it, and now it's gone. So, you know, it's like, I understand. You know, I understand for people that's an issue. They want to play the game. Understandable. You know, I want to play the game too. You know, that's why I don't play Magic, because, you know, blue sucks. You know, that's why I don't play certain other games, because they're just too oppressive and people like to play these decks too much. Whereas in this game, there's a healthy balance between, you know, like aggressive, mid-range, defensive, all these types of late game, you know, like there's different strategies in this game, and they're really apparent and they're pretty cool. I like this game because of that, because there's a lot of diversity. Maybe not at the pro level, like at the you know, regionals and nationals, etc., but at locals there's a large variety of different people playing different types of play styles, which make this game really fun. Not everybody's just net decking whatever is the best deck, like in other games, where some people just go after whatever's the deck that's winning. Okay, that's what we're playing, you know, until it's hit. And that's all you see is like 20 people playing the same thing at their locals. But yeah, but this one definitely hits home kind of hard. It definitely does, and I have to figure out. I'm gonna have to do some soul searching, because this ban takes effect on Monday, December 15th, which means Sunday I will be playing my Tokoyami deck for the very last time. Is that going to be the last time I play seriously in this game? Man, that sucks. And for moving forward, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with set 4. Is that going to be like the end of the support for Chaos in this sense? With Stronger in Darkness being in Chaos, Evil, and Fire, Chaos and Fire, I would say kind of need it, kind of don't. It's a good zero diff, it's good spam, it's solid. Is there going to be anything to replace it moving forward? I'm curious to see if people keep playing Tokoyami. I've already heard around the community that the Fire version of Tokoyami is now completely dead. It is not worth playing because the lack of zero diffs and just the lack of support that there is for Fire, which is what I've just been hearing from the community, seeing it in chats and in posts, and you know, watching conversations and stuff, and being a part of the community. It's just, people are just like, Firebird is dead. Just moving on. Just they're just not happy. People who've been playing it since, you know, set 1, having fun with it, that was their main deck. I feel them. But yeah, what do you guys think? You know, this is kind of shocking, kind of not shocking. For Kirishima, it's not really shocking. I kind of figured the twice per turn thing would be too much. Stronger in Darkness, that definitely does come at a surprise. Crow and Frog Takedown hits me by complete surprise because that is a Plus Ultra card. And it being a Plus Ultra card, being a card that you can get in the Redemption Store, which I believe you can get in the Redemption Store. Is that a card you can get in the Redemption Store? Just gonna check really quick. Yes, it is. That is a card you can get in the Redemption shop. That hurts. To me, that hurts. That's a card that you're supposed to get for being rewarded for playing the game. You know, like that just, ooh, that feels bad. That feels bad. Anyway, what do you guys think about it? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's good? I would personally like to see a limited and semi-limited list for this card game, even though I know in the past that's not what they do. This isn't something that they've done. They just ban a card if it's a problem, ban it, move on. Not like to say it that harsh, but it's kind of like, you know, they have reasons for banning it, and you know, it can be taken off the ban list. You know, that's a possibility, but I would much prefer, and I've said this in other videos, I've said this on TikTok a lot, I would prefer to see if Chrono Frog Takedown being limited to 1 is a huge impact to where you don't need it to be banned. Where Chrono Frog Takedown, while it is powerful, if you put it to just 1, you can only have 1 of it in your deck, would it be so powerful? You know, because if I crack open a Plus Ultra pack and I get 1 as a new player, just that 1, that means it's still playable. I can still put it in at 1. But if it's banned and I crack open a Plus Ultra pack as a new player and I'm like, oh man, this card is exciting, and then, you know, they come back with a deck and they're like, yeah, I built this deck and I used this card from that pack that I got last week. You know, you gotta tell them, no, you can't use that. You gotta take that out. Get rid of that. I'm just curious to see how that interaction will go. Anyway, I'm done. This one kind of comes at a surprise. It really does. So I'll be playing Tokoyami for the last time this weekend. Actually, yeah, this weekend. All this weekend, I'm just gonna play Tokoyami in memory of my hard work trying to put in the time and effort to master this deck and get it exactly where I wanted it. Yeah. This weekend will be dedicated to Chrono Frog Takedown and Stronger in Darkness. Anyway, I'm out of here. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, I will see you in Vegas next month, where I may or may not go. Keep staying tuned to see if I actually do go. But for now, I'm thinking about going. Yeah. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace.